Seems like that light gets brighter every time. Hi, Coolio, No Name, Chris, and BMC. Hello. I know I'm missing some people, so just bear with me. Trying to get everything to catch up with me here. That ain't gonna happen. Hello, hello. Boom. Alright, let's see. Activate. Yes, Shan. It is. Thursdays are going to be replacing my Friday. Oh. Is there an echo? There shouldn't be. I don't know what to tell you on that one. Hi, Christina. There we go. Now that should pull up too. All right. Okay. Open that up. Okay. How is everyone doing overall? Hey, Corey. Hey, Corey. Made sure to have my water today. That way we don't have yesterday happening again. That's not what was supposed to happen. Yes, Bishop. Normal conversations, I guess. Yeah, this is what it's supposed to do. Okay, cool. Hopefully yesterday didn't mess up everything too much or whatever it's gonna do. I don't know. Hi, Ivan. Yeah, I don't know. Someone just said echo with multiple O's, so I was a little confused. Yes, so the schedule is changing, so Fridays will be the new day off. Hi everyone, thanks for the heart me's. Hi Ash. So yes, Thursdays will be on, Fridays will be off. I have to update all of that, but see if you guys had Discord, you would know. But it's okay, I understand. I'm trying to make sure. Oh wow, that was all the way up. I don't need that all the way up. This goes down to here as per usual. There we go. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I put it in my announcements on in my server that this was going to be the new schedule on Sunday for the day. But it's going to officially change in the bio on all platforms after this weekend. I'm going to update everything. Okay. Now there would be. Yikes. Okay, hey racers. Oh, are you talking about, I think I saw you posting it. I just hadn't, like, looked at it yet because capitalism. I didn't have as much free time today. I had to get around to poking at things everywhere. Work be working. That's what we were doing today, guys. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Wait, according to everyone, I don't have a job, so never mind. No, none of the animals are with me right now. Oh, thanks, Calcifer. And hey, Bill. All right. Oh, that's quick. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes.
How old are you?
43.
Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Cool. What year were you born?
1972.
1972. Do you even try to do math? I'm not the only one that heard that, right? I'm just making sure. Hey, Crystal. It's just like I want to be sure. I am not the only one that heard that, right? Oh, did he say 40? No, it sounded to me like he said 23, and his voice sounded young too. Am I just mean? Oh, dang. Call back. Apparently. Is that correct? Yeah, that would be right. No, that would not be 43 though. 1972 wouldn't be 43. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Aslan. Correct. That's why I was like, hold on, that's not right. I heard 1972, and I'm like, whatever number you said, that's not right, because that would be 53. I don't know, man. I'm just here, you know? Yeah, exactly, Christina. But that wasn't it. Yeah. Yep. Yep, Amelie, that is correct. I'm like, that's not right. Hey, headphones. Yeah, quick math is not many people's strong suits. Let's be for real here, okay? Um, that's not easy for a lot of people to do. It's like, even I was like, I had to think about it, and I'm like, it doesn't sound right. Whatever you said does not sound correct. So, just not gonna. Okay, most of them are already back in school as far as I'm aware. Not all, but most of them, as far as I'm aware, are back in school. Can't even do slow math. I do some math, you know what I mean? Let's see, I want to copy that. Pop it up in here. What company though is what I wanted to see? And oh, electronics manufacturer. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's the same person. Yellow.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Why'd you lie?
I didn't. I said I'm 53.
Everybody heard 43.
No, you said 23. I said 53. I was born in 1972. I'm sorry my voice sounds like this.
Oh no, it's just everybody in the chat said they heard 43. That makes sense if
53,
you are
sorry.
53. Okay. Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Do you still support him?
Yes, I did.
What's your main reason why?
I'll say the biggest reason is freedom of speech. And when I think about freedom of speech, I think about the fact that freedom of speech is not for the speech that you agree with. It's actually for the speech that you don't agree with. And when we allow people to cancel people and shut people down and muzzle the people that are speaking because their words don't agree with what we agree with, that's not American.
Oh, is that why Congress passed laws against hate speech?
Well, hate speech, that's different. That's different. I think we're just living in a climate where we can't, it's hard to hear other sides of the argument because we get so emotional, myself included. I have a position, and
Mm.
I've trained myself to listen to people that's on the other side. Like, I don't listen to any media. I don't listen to any conservative media. The only media I listen to is liberal media because I like hearing. I want to be able to know what the other side is thinking because I don't think, honestly, I don't think liberals are evil people. I just think we have a disagreement about a lot of issues. But that doesn't mean we should shut each other down when we're saying things that we don't agree with. And I think that happens a lot on both sides, to be honest with you.
Okay, so let's try this for a second. What are the first 5 words of the First Amendment?
First 5 words. I don't know. Tell me.
Congress shall make no law. So specifically, in the way that it's been interpreted and by the Supreme Court, is that it's been extended to all branches of federal government. Basically, it's saying that the federal government cannot infringe upon your freedom of speech except for what they consider to be hate speech and things of that effect. So when you're talking about a conversation between two individuals and however they choose to take your words one way or another, that's not an infringement upon your freedom of speech because individuals are not the government or nor are they representing a governing body if they're acting of themselves unless they're actively trying to make laws against you.
Hurt or harm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
I
I
would
agree. But
actually
just
say
in the.
that Donald Trump is probably the president that's done the most against the First Amendment rights within the country, especially considering how he's infringing upon people's right to peaceful protest, for one, their right of freedom of speech, for two. Like, they literally revoke somebody's visas based off of an op ed that was written. Where somebody was just calling what was occurring in Gaza a genocide, and because the government didn't agree with it and they found out that she was a student visa holder, they revoked her student visa over an op-ed that hurt
Was she an
nobody.
American citizen?
She was a visa holder. Again, it was opinion editorial.
Was she an American citizen?
That's an infringement upon not only the freedom of press but also the freedom of speech, sir.
Yeah. No.
Are you aware that the Constitution says all persons? It doesn't say, for especially for the First Amendment, it doesn't just say the citizens are protected. Hey, Josiah. It says all
So was she?
persons. So she's
Was her?
covered under freedom of speech under the First Amendment and the freedom of press under the
Was,
First Amendment of the United States Constitution.
was her visa? Did she have a valid visa or was it
Yeah,
expired?
it was not expired.
Interesting. I'll have to look into that. But when you talk about peaceful protests, now you and I both agree that a peaceful protest, there's a range. We can, when they're on our side, we'll call them peaceful. When they're on the other side, we say they're not peaceful and they're being, they're terrorizing. So there's ways in which when people are on our side, we tend to bend in their direction in terms of our objectivity or subjectivity of whatever they're doing because they're on our side. Almost like teams. That's my team, so I'm going to kind of lean more in their direction and give them the benefit of the doubt. Whereas when it's the other team, we don't give them the same grace. So,
No, I just call it peaceful when there's when in the specific groups of individuals there's no actual act of violence occurring, right? That's peaceful.
hmm
Yeah.
hmm so when they
Like,
were quote unquote peacefully
thank you,
protesting
unbelievable.
in, let's say, Los Angeles, and
There
they
were
were
groups that were
terrorizing.
peacefully protesting. There were others that were resorting to violence.
Okay. And so does Donald Trump then have reason to bring in uh,
Nope.
peace enforcement
No,
if
sir.
it's not?
If it's not
Oh, really?
specifically activating the National Guard when the law is very clear, and that's why it's still
Mhm.
under review in the judicial process, right? Um, that if it's not requested by the governor, because the state National Guard only
Mhm.
responds to the
Mhm.
governors, right?
Mhm.
So in that, congrats to JC on the level up. In that specific instance, absolutely not. That's covered. Like that is up to the governor to request the National Guard. The
Okay. I,
president.
I think you're. I don't. Okay. I think you're like giving like partial, but I'll give you. I'll take your word for it because you study this stuff more than I do. But what about in D.C.?
No,
Can he use the
DC is
National Guard in
separate.
D.C.?
Even then, he did
Okay. So let's
overstep
talk
to a
about D.C.
degree.
then.
Even then, he overstepped to a degree, which is why,
How so?
if you would let me finish. Awesome. So when he was trying to specifically like federalize or take over the DC police force, the mayor
Mhm.
actually sued, like went through the judicial process to sue, and they went in front of a judge, and the judge said, mediate this outside of court or I'm ruling in DC's favor.
Okay.
So they did. He's like,
You-
okay, you can retain authority over your police force. And as far as him activating the National Guard, there are very specific stipulations within there. He did use the wrong article or the wrong code within it, which is why it's
Okay.
also still being put under question based upon people suing.
And yeah, and so I think that's we're talking semantics now, but in terms of what he's trying to
No, that
accomplish
would be
in
legalese.
D.C.,
It's not semantics.
yeah, I get it. But when you have people dying, like we talked about the number of murders in D.C., and the first thing people say is the crime rate is down. Okay, so how many murders has D.C. had this year? Do you know?
Sure,
You
I
could
can
probably
pull
Google
it
it. It's,
back up. Yeah. Let's see.
yeah,
DC
but it's
crime.
down because last year this time they had 121, but this year there's 100. So yes, it's down, but there's still
I don't.
100
I
murders.
still think you're wrong. Let's see.
Okay, go ahead and pull
Pulling
that
up
up.
2025, updated as of 12 a.m. this morning. Um, you were a little off. So in 2024 it was 115, but it's as of this time that year. So you're still wrong.
Hmm.
So at the end of
So how many this year?
2024, they had 187. At this time last year in 2024, they had 115. So far in
Okay.
2025, it's 101, which is still a 12% decrease, which shows an overall percentage of decrease in crime.
Okay. So you hear yourself? So
It still
we don't want Trump to
shows.
do anything because it's yes, but it's 100. I said it. You said I
So
was wrong.
okay,
It's 100.
if that's the
A
case,
hundred murders.
If in Memphis, Tennessee, there's already been 200. Let's just say there's been 200 murders. Does
I'm
that
talking
mean
about
that
D.C.
I'm giving you a counterpoint example? So does that mean that the state governor should be able to activate the National Guard in the city of Memphis, Tennessee, because there's been 200 murders, which is just 12 shy of where it was last year?
See that's the difference. It's like you're really standing on the fact that there are less murders this time of the year
No,
or
it's
this up to this
overall
point,
violent crime is
and it's
down by 35% compared to this time last year. That is the
what.
point. The facts are the facts. These numbers aren't
So does that
lying to
mean we
me.
should do?
You
I
specifically
understand the numbers.
are obfuscating the truth,
No,
right?
no, 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 no. No,
I'm
no.
giving
I
you an
just said.
example. You
Hold on
just
one
don't
second.
like
Let
that
me
it's
speak.
pushing back against your logic and
No.
saying that by using your own logic, therefore if any city has an uptick in crime, that the governor should be able to activate their own state national guard in order to fight crime within a big city. So why haven't we ever seen that occur across the country anywhere?
You're missing the point
No, I'm not.
totally.
You're missing the point.
What? No. So your justification of Trump not using extra force is because there are 15 less murders than this time last year.
No, it's because overall,
It
violent
doesn't
crime is
matter whether
down
it's 30. That's fine.
35%. No, that is important. Like regardless of
Why is
what
it
you
important?
think,
It doesn't matter. People are dying in the
unfortunately,
street.
And people are dying in other cities, sir. That's why I gave you another hypothetical example that now you're just going like, no, I can't combat that one. So let me stick on this. You're wrong.
I admit it.
So overall, violent
that,
crime is still down 27% in DC.
And that's a great talking point. And that
it's not a talking point. It is a statistical fact
against what Donald Trump is doing.
Do you live in DC?
I'm the one that. Listen.
Do you live in DC?
Why does it matter?
Do you live in DC?
You're asking a question that has nothing to do with the argument.
Oh, no. Do
you
live in DC? Do you live in Washington, DC?
You're asking a mute.
Do you live in Washington, D.C.?
No, I don't live in Washington,
Okay,
D.C.
that's about what I thought. Yeah, because, see, if you did, you would be very easy for somebody to just say, yeah, I do, see? See how easy that would be? But no, because you don't. You had to argue against it. You see, like,
no, that's
what's your
point? Why does it matter? Why does it matter? The point I'm making is that crime is going to go down because Donald Trump is bringing the National Guard into D.C.
Oh, yeah, and is that why vehicular crashes are up now?
Oh, you had to find one, didn't you? So people are crashing cars.
No, it's specifically the National Guard crashed into another vehicle. They had to use the jaws of life to get the civilians out of their cars.
I wonder how many police officers have died in the line of fire. Okay, what does that mean?
Oh,
again,
see,
you have to find one point. So the National Guard wrecked a car. Oh, wow. Donald Trump should be impeached because the National... See how ridiculous
Did I say that? Sound? No, you are the one that sounds ridiculous. I didn't even make that claim.
You just brought up the fact that the National Guard crashed a vehicle.
No, they crashed into a vehicle. They crashed into another vehicle.
They
crashed into another vehicle.
I understand that, but driving vehicles is the most dangerous thing that we do on a day-to-day basis. This is very dangerous. It happens all the time.
Oh, so now it doesn't matter. See, you see how, okay, let's be very clear. You didn't like it when I pointed out that murders occur in another city within this country. And so therefore I was asking you, so if murders occur in another city within this country, should the governors of that city / state...
I want you allowing me to speak. Are you allowing me to speak or are you blocking me out?
Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? Like, I'm just talking over you because this is my show.
I know a lot of times.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. No, you're still going through loud and clear to everybody. Are you now? Okay, you're going to. Wow. Maybe I should just for that because you can't handle the fact that I'm asking you a direct question that you can't understand. This is hilarious. This is hilarious, actually. That wasn't my point. I was pointing it out to you because you said that crime is down, and then it's like, oh my gosh, well this. Well, you didn't like my point. So let's try this again. My point again was, so because there's an uptick in murders in another city within this whole country, should therefore the National Guard be pulled out, be activated in any city, in any state across this country if there's an uptick in crime, yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Oh, okay. So you're just completely okay with violating the Constitution of the United States of America.
I asked you, was he violating the Constitution of D.C.? You said he wasn't.
Oh, no, I said he was violating the letter of the law. No, I literally told you he did. He activated the incorrect one, which is why it is actively being sued against.
Do you know who's not upset about what he's doing? The people in the inner city who aren't losing their brothers and their sisters and their nephews.
Nobody's dying, sir. You're being hyperbolic.
You just said 150.
You're being hyperbolic. Listen. You're being hyperbolic. I understand I'm using a word you don't know.
Killed. You just told me 101 people. So
crime is still down. Crime is still down. Crime is still down. Crime is still down.
Murdered. No matter what you say, 35%, 20%, 10%, 5%, it doesn't matter. People are dying in the streets.
Okay.
Donald Trump is doing something about it.
Sure, he's not.
That's the point.
Yeah. So you want him to go to your city and your town, right, and activate the National Guard over your state over what you want your governor wants?
Where I am, if we had 100 murders in the first 8 months of the year, yes, I would love but we don't have that where I'm at. If I lived in the place where I used to live in Chicago, I would love, as an 8-year-old boy living in the city of Chicago, in the inner city, I would have loved to see the National Guard in the street protecting my neighborhood. Because of what I saw as an 8-year-old boy in the inner city of Chicago, I would have loved it. You know who else would have loved it? My mother, because then her child wouldn't have been murdered, and my auntie, because her son wouldn't have been murdered. If we had, see, this is real.
Oh, okay, so I get it. I get what it is. I get what
it
it is. Because of something that you experienced as a kid, you're arguing from a point of emotion instead of actually attaining any facts or any yeah, you're arguing from a place of emotion instead of arguing anything with facts. You are completely ignoring any facts. You are only coming at this from a place of emotion over a city or town that you don't even live in, ignoring the fact that St. Louis, Missouri is actually the one that has the highest homicide rate in the entire country right now. But instead, he went after Washington, D.C., which was experiencing a downtick of crime. But that's not enough for you. He has to activate the National Guard because that's what makes sense to you. Because all you can do is argue from a place of emotion. And sir, I don't know if you realize this or not, but I don't argue from emotion. And you hung up yourself because I was talking. People are weird, guys. I do, Bishop. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 22.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
What year were you born? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah.
You're a kid. Go play a game. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. How old are you?
How old am I?
Yes.
Older than 35.
Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes.
Hi, how old are you?
23.
Did you vote for Trump?
No, I don't really agree with any politics. I just wanted to say I'm glad to see someone sticking up for what they believe in.
All right, well, thank you, man. I hope you have a good one. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes.
How old are you?
Hello?
How old are you?
32.
Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
What year were you born?
93.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Of course I do.
Why do you still support Trump?
Because he makes people like you cry every day.
That's odd. Oh, you hung up. Ta! Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, 35 years old.
Okay. Did you vote for Trump?
No, I didn't vote. I haven't voted since the first Obama election.
Okay, well, have a good one, man. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
How old are you?
32.
Okay. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Do you still support him?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right. What's your main reason why?
The changes that we've seen overall, I think validates everything that's been going on. I believe that the issue that we're having is that optics is what matters to the left, not actual results. So for me, I'm results driven. So I think seeing what we've seen, the progress that we have, I think that's what's drawn me towards him. What's ironic is that I was a Democrat, and I converted after seeing all the issues that we've had in this country in the past 4 years. And I hated Trump in his first term, like hated him, absolutely hated him.
Sure.
But then I started to pay attention, and
Yep.
I started to actually, why do you say sure? Do you not believe that I'm being genuine in my response?
your choice of words with saying convert it already make it sound suspicious, sir. It's an odd choice of phrasing.
Okay, well, I decided to realize that the left left me, that the policies that they were going were too far in the Overton window, and I didn't agree with the progressive route that they were taking. So therefore, even though I would consider myself as a 90s Democrat, and I'll consider on the Overton window as a far right person. So that would, I guess convert, that's an easy thing to pick out and, malign. But when I use the term convert, I don't mean in a religious sense. I mean in the sense of democratic choices.
Yeah, so what exactly are the changes that you've seen, and then explain exactly what Donald Trump did to make those changes occur?
I think the main one I would say would be immigration. I mean, we can see a major change in that to begin with. Deportation, we're at a net migration, negative net migration for the first time in 45 years. We were told for years that there's nothing that could be done about the border, but within 6 weeks, he made a change.
So what exactly did he do? No, do you remember I asked you a two-part question?
Yes,
I said,
yeah,
what are the
then,
changes that you've seen? And then what exactly did he do? So this means to be very specific.
Right. So by him instituting the Alien Enemies Act, making cartel leaders and Mexican gangs as actually terrorists, it gives them more power as well to enforce the law. And I think for me, that's a big thing, is that enforcing of the law is huge. It's necessary. I'm a black man that grew up in inner city, that in New Orleans, the murder capital. When I was there, it was the murder capital. And the thing that we need was policing. And I think that that's what this world needs right now, is we need law and order. Some people may not agree with it. They may not agree with how it makes them feel. But I think it's important for us to have law and order.
We have had law and order, sir. That's a nonsensical argument to start with. Sure, the Alien Enemies Act had a supposed...
letting over millions of immigrants...
How many?
Without verifying who they are.
How many were let over?
Without verifying who they are.
How many were let over?
And no qualifications.
How many were let over?
We don't know. We could say 10 to 12.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if we're on the low end.
And where are you basing this number off of?
We don't know how many gotaways there were.
Where are you basing this number off of?
I'm basing it off of the statistics that's been released. We could say that
from where?
12 million people.
From what statistics?
So you want like Pew? Who you want me to name a specific person?
Like, do you know what the difference is between a primary, secondary, and tertiary source?
Yes, I do.
When it comes to the border, what would be an example of a primary source?
It would be the U.S. government statistics, right? Or are those not believable anymore?
No, I was talking about Customs and Border Protection, because it's actually their job to man the borders, southern and northern borders.
Right, but the rules weren't applied. Can you not agree that during the Biden presidency that the rules were not enforced?
Rules
were not enforced.
They were enforced. Do you want to know how I know they were enforced? Is because if you actually look at
sanctuary cities, if the laws were enforced.
Sanctuary cities have nothing to do. Sanctuary cities have nothing to do with the southern border, sir.
It has everything to do with immigration, which is the discussion that we were having, does it not?
Which has nothing to do with border crossings, right? So sanctuary cities have nothing to do with border crossings. The fact that sanctuary cities exist,
and the fact that
sanctuary cities exist are not a direct effect of the fact that there were border crossings. But here's the thing that I think you're not understanding. No, you are. You actually did, dude. You did. You literally said it. It was you saying it. It was literally you saying it. I don't know. Like, I'm not even putting words in your mouth, but you're over here trying to put words into mine. So let me be clear. What do you think CBP keeps track of? Does CBP keep track of crossings on their website?
Does it keep crossings on their website?
Does CBP, Customs and Border Protection, keep track of crossings on their website?
The amount of crossings on their website.
They do not. they keep track of
Okay.
encounters, which according to their own
Right.
definition of encounters means that those people were rejected when they try to come in. Those were kept track of attempted illegal border crossings that were either stopped through at a port of entry or within 100 miles of the border. So when we actually look at the fact that there was 8.4 million encounters, right, from October of 2020 through October of 2024, what we actually see is that means Customs and Border Protection was doing their job in stopping all of these individuals and then rejecting them.
So why would we have reports of arguably 10 to 12,000 people coming at once? Do we not remember the migrant caravans? Do we not remember all of that?
And if you
Is
actually
that
looked
something
up
that
at
we just
anything
removed
that
from-
CBP has ever said is that
is
the
that something that did
caravans
not
have been talked about in every administration, including Donald Trump's first term. The caravans
So
have
has there
always
been a
been
caravan
talked
in this
about.
administration?
I am literally in the middle of
Has there been a
talking.
caravan in
Okay,
this
fine.
administration?
The caravans have always been talked about in every administration prior to even Donald Trump
ma'am.
coming into office in January 20th, 2025. The fact is that none of the caravans have ever actually made it fully to the southern border nor to the northern border. They break up prior to ever reaching the border.
Okay.
And that is
So
per
if-
CBP
so
themselves.
how do
They
we have
always
such positive
spot
migration to the
caravans
point to
a
where-
ways away.
If I may, so if that's the case, why is it that when we have all of these raids in the New York cities and we're finding migrant hotels paid by federal funding, and there's thousands of migrants in all of these hotels around the United States? See, the thing is, immigration is not just border crossings.
Are
It's a
you-
multifaceted thing that impacts the
Oh, I
economy.
thought you were going to
It
ask
impacts
me a
jobs,
question
it
about.
impacts-
Are you asking? Are
Yeah,
you
and
landing your
I'm-
question, or
I'm-
are you just continuing on?
I'm prefacing my question, if I may. If that's, see, I'm not trying to be aggressive here. I'm genuinely trying to have a conversation with you, and I've been respectful, hopefully. If I
You
have not
haven't
been, I
actually. I've been in the middle of answering your question, and you've literally interrupted me to try to start another question. So I'm just
Well, I
returning the
apologize.
same energy to you.
I apologize.
So
Yes, ma'am. I'm
again,
not trying to do
so
that.
are you saying that the individuals that were in hotels in New York City, were they illegal immigrants or were they legal migrants? Which one were they?
I would say that they were illegal immigrants.
Illegal immigrants. How did they get to New York from the southern border?
They were bused
By who?
by, I believe, Abbott and other conservative people that assisted with busing them to the sanctuary city.
Oh, wait. So you're telling me that Greg Abbott of Texas committed human trafficking? If they're illegal immigrants, then he committed human trafficking by putting them on a bus in Texas to send them to New York City instead of sending them back out of the
If
country.
Two states have communication that, hey, we don't want these people here, but they say,
Oh,
hey, we will
you
take
can't
them
answer
here.
this
And
question.
he
Does
sends
critical
them
thinking
there,
escape you?
And it's not human trafficking, because it's
How is it
agreement
not
between
human
two states.
trafficking if they're not allowed to be in this
It's an
country
agreement
and a
between-
governor
I'm
knowingly
I'm
and a
trying to
governor
reply.
knowingly
I'm
puts
trying
them
to
on a
reply.
bus and a governor
I'm trying to
knowingly
reply.
puts them on a bus knowing that they're not supposed to be in this country just to send them to another city. How does that not
That
equal to
agreed
human
to
trafficking
accept them
when
through
they're not supposed to
communication
be
of the
here?
states? It's
He did not
human
communicate
trafficking
with them,
when you
sir.
have
He
two
did not
federal
communicate with them.
officials.
He did not communicate. It
He
is
didn't
human
communicate?
trafficking. If
He
they
didn't-
are not
he didn't
supposed to
send-
be in this country, sir, then that is human trafficking because they are here against the law, correct? That's your whole point about saying that they're unauthorized illegal immigrants. So you can't have it both ways. So you're incapable of nope, it wasn't agreed upon. It wasn't agreed upon.
May I please make a point?
Dude,
make
you've
a
already
point?
made your point and you failed.
No, I haven't. You've cut me off. You think I
Again,
failed because you
returning
haven't allowed me to
energy.
speak. So
Again,
if-
returning the
if
same energy to
communication-
you.
So
Okay,
I
let's
allowed you to
see.
speak.
Did
So, you're
Greg
filibustering. My
Abbott
point is,
You don't know what a filibuster is. Am I in the Senate? 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 Wow, guys, I just figured this out, that I am now a part of the Senate of the United States of America, so therefore I can commit a filibuster. Where are my other 59 votes to break the filibuster to make you feel better? Like, let's be for real. Did Greg Abbott reach agreement with Eric Adams in order
actually is human trafficker
in order to move illegal immigrants to New York City? Let's see.
You should Google
Let's
if he communicated with other federal officials to send those people to them.
Let's see. Okay, so let's see here. No, Texas Governor Greg Abbott and New York City Mayor Greg Adams have not reached an agreement regarding the transportation of illegal immigrants. Wow. In fact, guess what? Wow. New York City sued the bus company that... Oh, wait, this is even better. Hold on. This gets even better. Oh, my goodness. Hold on, guys. This gets even better. Oh, this is... Oh, New York City sues 17 charter bus companies for over $700 million over transporting asylum seekers to the city from Texas. Oh my goodness. Asylum is a legal process, which means they weren't illegal immigrants. Oh my gosh. Why would you lie to me and tell me that they were illegal?
It's not trafficking. So I concede that point. I apologize.
Oh, can you admit that you lied?
I did not lie.
You did. You said that they were illegal immigrants. You said they were illegal.
They were asylum seekers. I'm conceding and saying you were correct, and I learned something and saying thank you.
Gotcha. Right, because if they were actually illegal immigrants, and they were put on a bus to be sent to a whole other city or state knowingly by the government, no matter which level of government it was, that would be considered human trafficking, sir, which is a federal offense.
So
which means if that was the case,
seekers, true that their story was true. Like we said that all of them were asylum seekers.
The ones that were sent to New York were asylum seekers. Yes, sir. Yeah, and they didn't receive federal funding. They didn't receive federal funding to stay there. That was all state funding, which is also part of the reason why Eric Adams was suing the companies and was also probably suing Texas. I'm sure I could find that if I tried, but I wasn't looking for that.
So who funds the state?
The taxpayers.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're paying for something that they don't even agree with.
Thank you, Reeve. No, plenty of them still do.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's why Trump was elected. So.
No, Trump was elected because
do you not believe that the election was real? Are y'all the election deniers now? I'll concede they were asylum seekers. I apologize. Thank you for letting me know that. That was good information. I appreciate it.
Well, maybe if you would look this up more than a year ago, you would have learned more than a year ago, because this happened more than a year ago. Do you see? This is actually the reason. Well, no, you asked me the reason. You asked me why Trump was elected is because individuals such as yourself had a year to look up the information and didn't choose to do any research to actually find anything to support your claims or to make sure that you were right. Instead, you spent the entire time, I would assume, reading stuff like Fox News, listening to the New York Post, listening to Newsmax, which, just so everybody knows, Newsmax just lost a huge lawsuit for lying about voting machines, right? Like, do you understand, like, that you are a prime example of why Donald Trump won? You didn't do any research. You didn't do any research, and that's a you problem, not a me problem. And I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings that you are the one who failed to do any research.
Oh, wow. All right. Okay.
Oh, you hung up. Okay. That's fine. I can go through some chats real quick. All right. Let's see. Thank you, Adon, for the 99. Thank you, Unbelievable, for sending out a gifted membership. Danny, or Q Danny, for the 100 jewels. Oh, Bishop, thank you for the bits. I don't know what that, like, adds up to be. Malone says, the real criminals and thugs are the cops and military that Trump has patrolling the streets and Republicans who support his criminal regime. Oh, you mean like the first caller? No, I absolutely agree with you. I'm glad you think so, Master. He wasn't, because he was wrong. But hey, if that's what you need to tell yourself, it's okay. Colorado doesn't want you. Change your number. Oh, wouldn't that be funny? Everybody thinks. Actually, so Mick, that would be really funny if you could still say that Colorado was a purple state when in fact they are no longer purple. So, you could probably make that claim if Colorado wasn't just straight blue and has been since 2012. Thank you, Bishop. Yes, because Do Not Disturb is on, so the calls are going to go straight to voicemail. But thank you for the $1.99. Oh, again, see, you see how none of you actually believe in facts? And you are a fact denier. And he had to acknowledge that he was wrong. So if he acknowledged that he was wrong, and that he conceded the points, then he didn't win. Just saying. Oh, I got you, Bishop. That sounds cool. Also, I'm not in this to win something. I am trying to have a conversation, but again, I just was matching his energy. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Do you still support him?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay. And what year were you born?
2002.
Okay. Why do you still support Trump? Wow, girl. Grow the fuck up. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes.
How old are you?
24.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
Do you still support him?
6'7".
That was weird. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, how old are you?
24.
Okay, did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Okay, do you still